All right. Hi, my name is Kate Galloway, and I'm going to be talking to you today about lionfish spines and lionfish venom. So, before we get started about some cool, fun facts about lionfish spines, let me break down the difference between poison and venom because this is a very important difference. So, poison is a toxin that gets into the body via swallowing, inhaling, or absorbing through the skin, while venom is a specialized type of poison that has evolved for a specific purpose, and it has to be actively injected via a bite or sting. And it has to be uh, transported into the bloodstream for it to be effective. So therefore, the lionfish is venomous. They have venomous spines. So the lionfish is not poisonous, it's venomous, which is a very common misconception. Lionfish, particularly this species on the top left, Pteris volitans, has 18 venomous spines that you can see labeled. It has 13 on the top dorsal fin, 3 on the back anal fin, and 1 on each pelvic fin. And you can see on the bottom left the relative lengths of all these spines compared to one another. As you can see in the picture on the right, that lionfish spines are solid, they're not hollow. And this is another common misconception. So each spine, which you can see here, has lateral grooves running along the outer length of the spine. These grooves contain glandular tissue that produces the venom. So both the spines and the glandular tissue are covered by a very thin membrane. And when this membrane rips open, um, venom enters the victim's tissue. So either the predator or the human, the fish predator or the human predator. And this releases the venom from the gland, from that glandular tissue into the wound. The severity and duration of symptoms can be directly correlated to the amount of venom delivered, how deep the spines punctured the body or the skin, and the freshness of the venom, as well as the victim's own sensitivity to the venom. It differs person to person. The protein chains in the venom begin to break down after the lionfish dies and is exposed to heat or freezing temperatures. This is why, luckily, I have never had any bad reactions from stabbing myself with lionfish spines from the freezer in the lab, which is good. We still don't know a lot about lionfish, such as how long it takes for the venom to be replenished or replaced in a spine. It has been shown that venom replenishment or replacement of key toxins in a species of stonefish, which are relatives to lionfish, can take 28 days, with full venom yield being replaced taking longer depending on how the fish was feeding. So that's a neat fun fact. I am a trained morphologist and biomechanist, so I'm really looking at the form and function of structures such as the lionfish spines. My research actually focused on the spine material, not the venom. Specifically, I looked at the stiffness and stress of the spines when I bent them, and I answered mechanical questions such as how much force would need to be applied in order to break a lionfish spine. So some more mechanical questions that have to do with engineering and biology. I also looked at puncture mechanics and determined the force needed for lionfish spines to puncture different regions of grouper and shark mouth skin, which occasionally do eat invasive lionfish, and they do eat the lionfish in their native environment. So I hope you learned something new during this presentation, and thank you for listening. Have a great day.